All right, Tabatha. What are we doing today?
Chaos. Also our January wrap up.
Cheers, bestie.
Cheers.
Missed.
What are you drinking? Is it knuckle soup?
I literally finished both my water and my Alani right before this.
So knuckle soup it is.
Wait. Shoot it.
No! Not again. I don't remember the last time we changed that water.
Oh gosh. Oh, fair. All right. So
Things are
different this month.
Yeah.
We read a book that, spoiler alert, is our favorite of the month. You'll find out at the end when we talk about it. But that book was so good that it basically ruined every book we've read before it. Because our brains are broken, our emotions are drained, we cannot put words together. Looking at our books, trying to sort them before this, where we would normally talk about didn't like, liked, really liked, and loved. We looked at all these books and we're like, I have no feelings for them because they do not compare to the masterpiece we just read. Mm-hmm. So instead, we're switching it up this month and we're just going to chronologically go through what we read this month.
Yeah.
And just see how we feel about them as we go.
Yeah.
Because
hopefully that'll unlock our emotions. Because right now we just finished this book so recently that we're still drained from it. Like, really? I need you to know, I took a day off from being like depresso from this book. That's a lot.
Dude. And it hit right during the Arctic snowstorm.
Yeah.
So we were stuck inside. We couldn't go anywhere. We couldn't do anything. It was us and this book just like wallowing.
Yep.
So
we're a little numb right now.
Yeah. I don't even have feelings for any of these other books. Like, they can go jump off a cliff. It doesn't make a difference to me.
Now, mind you, there's still some good ones in here.
Yeah, no, so many of these, when we read them, we were like, this is so good. Yeah. I love this book. This is amazing. Like, we still had great reads this month. And then we read this book and just cannot access our emotions.
So hopefully we unlock them with you.
All right. First up, DNFs.
DNFs, yes.
So maybe talking about some things we really didn't like will help get us going.
Yeah, so I blindly bought Persephone Station at the bookstore, and I did some amount of due diligence. I read the back, I read the first couple pages, and I was like, okay, I'm into it. It reads very, very YA, and it also reads... It's not good. I didn't like it. I like the idea of it. I liked the first chapter where we got like plant people and things like that. And then we went into a saloon and that's like the things that should be cool, but with characters that were super uncool. They were just like, and there was like a sentient AI. You would think I would like this book, but it was just the writing. I couldn't get behind the writing. I got farther than this bookmark because I ended up switching to audio because I was bored eyeball reading it and I had like 10 other things I was eyeball reading, and I got like 25% and then just realized I don't care at all for anyone, and there's a lot of perspectives for this amount of pages and just none of them are interesting. So yeah.
Rip. Yeah, my DNF also read very YA in the sense that it just felt like it spoke down to the reader and that it gave me way too much. It did a lot of let me tell you everything, and there was a lot of trying to come off as different in ways that were like, you're not being different, you're being the same, and it felt like it thought it was more special than it was, and I feel very bad saying these things because this is an indie author, but he is doing great, okay? He is very successful as a person and as an author. My opinion should mean nothing to him, okay? He has his audience, good for him. Anyway, this book, Ironbound, did not do it for me. I almost instantly was turned off by the writing in that it just came across very immature. There was, just a lot of that, like, I'm different.
And wordy.
It was so wordy. There were so many just unnecessary words and like detail and description and just extra information that didn't pertain to the story that just instantly bogged it down. And so, yeah, I'm bummed because this book came very highly praised from a lot of people in our side of the community, and like I was really excited for it. And then the writing just instantly, I couldn't deal with it. And I read like 2 or 3 chapters and was like, I genuinely couldn't handle it. So that was a bummer. That was upsetting. But yeah, it was so wordy. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So that was disappointing. And moving on.
Yeah, we'll just go back and forth.
Yeah, go for it.
So I read the Blackfire Blade. This was the first book I read this month. What a book to start on. This was excellent. Better than book 1. It has that heart added to the humor, so that was excellent. And I love what he's doing by going to different locations in the different books, so you don't get bored with anything. Like, there's new things to unpack in each story, and we just get so much more depth into the characters in this one. Not so much so that, like, book 1 was bad. Book 1 was still amazing. But, like, this is, like, a step up, and that's the way you want to go in a series, so that's excellent. So, just to give you any idea of what this is about, the first book, we have a dude who has been, like, he doesn't talk to his family anymore, and his dad dies, leaves a, like, ominous note that kind of points him in the direction of a city, and so he goes there to try and find out what happened to his dad. So he's on this overall quest to find out what happened to his dad, what is going on, and then each book has its own other quest, and it's pretty good. The relationships are amazing. The world building is phenomenal. The magic is great. It is a ball of laughter, but also with so much heart, and that is like an excellent combination. So yay.
Great book.
Great book.
Speaking of great books, I read Guards by Terry Pratchett. Book 1 in the City Watch, book 9 in Discworld, but you know, it's the whole shebang is what it is. This was a really, really fun read. I did have a really great time with this. I loved the characters. I loved how goofy everyone was and how wholesome the characters and story are. It's very like fairy tale coded in that it's just like this, you know, fairy tale city. A carrot comes to a human named Carrot, who was raised by dwarves, mind you, comes to the city, and he wants to join the City Watch, which is a bit of their police force. And he's just such a wholesome character that he just wants to do it right. He wants to, having been raised by dwarves, he has a very different sense of, he really doesn't have a sense of humor. He's very literal. He takes everything very, very seriously, but in a very wholesome way. And so him interacting with the other characters who do make jokes and do use turns of phrase that are not meant to be taken literally. It's not the same, but what's the character in Guardians of the Galaxy? The one who takes everything literally. I want to say Drex or something. But when they say it goes over your head. And he's like,
or Amelia Bedelia.
Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. It's like that level. But he's adorable. The Captain Vimes is just such a good character. He's my favorite in this book. He's the captain of the City Watch, and he's kind of turning over a new leaf as Carrot joins the force and kind of shows everyone how they could be doing things differently. They don't have to be doing everything the way it's been. There's also, summoning a dragon and trying to kind of overthrow the political power in the city. And there's just so much goofy fun time. It's very enjoyable. It's very wholesome. And none of it is meant to be taken seriously. It is just a fun, lighthearted time. So yeah, this was a great book. This was a great start to the month. And I did love this book. book.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, okay. We're warming up.
We're getting there, guys. We're getting there.
All right, what was your next book?
My next book we both read, and that was The Incandescent.
Yes.
This we read for a spinner wheel, so check that one out if you want our in-depth thoughts. But overall, I had a great time with this one. I loved that it was more, I went into it, I don't know with what kind of expectations I went in. Mostly dark academia, but it's so lighthearted and it's so cozy. So I kind of feel like it's more on the cozy end than on the dark academia side, just because it's more it's light, and it doesn't have all of the things that dark academia usually has, the like atmospheric, the moodiness. It doesn't have that. We have like a really lovable main character who just is doing her best. She's like the head of a school, and they do magic. They do magic, and she's just been doing her best, keeping the wards up around the school. The school has like random demons in there. One is definitely possessing the printer, and like any object they can possess as long as you associate them with like a noun. So like you say like you're hitting a printer and you're like, you dang thing, then like a demon can possess it. And it's so fun in that sense. And then we've got like an older female character, which we don't always see one. She's like in her late 30s, so like that's fantastic, because usually a lot of the main characters in these are like 18-year-olds, so it's great. And we've got awkwardness in the romance and things like that, so it's lovely. Anything to add?
Blanking on everything.
I was too, until I started yapping.
Yes, yeah, definitely all of our in-depth thoughts are in our spinner reel video, where we actually had words to say. So that's great. Glad we did that. Yeah, it was enjoyable. It was really neat to see an academia setting from a teacher's perspective.
Yes.
And to see her heart for her students, and how there was a lot of talk around boundaries, because she also like lived on campus. Her apartment was like connected to her office, and she's on campus 24/7, and she has to kind of find the line between being professor, being a leader at the school, and having personal time, having a personal life, and also remembering it's a job. As much heart as she has for her students and the school, like she still has to, be able to say no and push back sometimes. And so kind of seeing her balance that, it's very relatable and down to earth, despite being, a magic school. It is set in England, it's set in the real world, but they have this interaction with the demonic plane as they do magic, and the human interaction and relationship dynamics are very relatable. And it was nice to see something that felt so real, but in a magical, whimsical setting.
Yeah. See, you had words. You had good words. Those were fantastic words.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Words were not hard.
We can words sometimes. Yeah. I think I would put this one in really liked.
Yeah.
Now that I'm talking about it again.
Yeah.
Yes. So my next book was The Radiant King by David Dalglish, and you may have seen us talk about this already because it's impeccable. This is so wild. I just appreciate so much that he went for the unhinged thoughts. Like, he followed the unhinged, the chaotic, intrusive thoughts. They're like, you could have gone the safe route, but he did not. And I appreciate that so much, and it paid off. So this is a story following 6 immortal siblings who have promised, they have all vowed to each other not to take power, not to take a throne or a kingdom, a crown, however you want to put it. But where we pick up in the story, one of the immortal siblings is waking up from a recent bout of being unalived, and he's kind of catching up with where things are at. So he's trying to figure out like what's going on in the kingdom, what year is it, who's on the throne, like what's going on. And he finds out that one of the siblings is actually leading a religious crusade, and he's like, hold up, we agreed not to do this sort of thing. What's going on? And so we get to start to see this story play out from different perspectives and see kind of what each of the siblings has been up to in the time that one of them was away. Yeah, it's interesting. There's great characters. There's a lot of starting out with one perspective and then getting new information and then figuring out like, oh, now like this isn't what I thought it was before. What am I going to do with this? And so you get to wrestle with that a bit with each of these characters. And yeah, unhinged characters, some very slimy characters. Yeah, it's really dynamic, this book and all the characters in it. And yeah, at one point the genre changes. Who? What? Yes. So
I will never forget where I was that day.
she will never forget. I will never forget. Oh my gosh, yeah. You get to that point and you're like, hold up, what is happening? Oh my gosh. Like, it's so good. Cannot wait for book 2. It's going to be amazing because, wow, what a story. So, yeah, definitely recommend. We got politics, like I said, unhinged, chaotic characters. We have a bit of a, like, military campaign. We have, yeah, religious crusade. Like, it's got everything. And it works so well. So definitely highly recommend this one. Definitely loved this book.
Love it.
Yes.
So good.
All right. What was your next book?
My next book, we also both read.
Hey!
The entire HP. No, I'm just kidding.
All of H.P. Lovecraft's
Everything.
backlog.
This one month.
All of the books he's ever written. Everything. Anyway, I'll stop.
Reread At the Mountains of Madness. You want to hold up your copy since it's
Yeah.
less ridiculous?
This is still The Mountains of Madness and 2 other stories, but
Yeah.
less ridiculous.
Yeah, so we've got people in Antarctica going on an exploration. Some people have gone ahead of them. They've been radioing, and then suddenly it stops. What could be out there? They've been seeing some really interesting discoveries, so we obviously have to go out there, right, and see what's going on. Clearly, nothing could go wrong with that.
Yeah, that's the best, smartest option is to go where the people have
Disappeared. It's got some graphic elements. It's definitely cosmic horror.
Definitely.
It is an excellent read. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 150 pages. 100 pages. How long is this? It's not that long, and we get a solid amount of story. It does read kind of like an academic research paper.
Yes.
Like it's being shared way after the fact as a bit of a cautionary tale of because a new team wants to go exploring in this area, and the guy writing this is like, don't do it. We didn't tell you all this at the beginning when we first came back because it's wild and who would believe that. But now that you're trying to go, you need to know, don't go. And so there is a lot of like kind of academic, scientific level detail, and I did have fun with that. It felt very studious to be reading. So again, this one also thoughts in our spinner reel video. But yeah, I really enjoyed the writing and it was very atmospheric.
Very.
And the
This would have been a
sublime-
great one for us to read during the snowstorm, for sure.
Ooh,
that would have been crazy.
that would
Next
be-
time there's a
ooh.
snowstorm, if you haven't read this.
Yes, that's chills. Oh, I definitely got chills in this one actually.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. My next read was Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I was starting to feel a little bit like I wanted a little bit of romantasy again, but I was hesitant because there's such a broad range of what you can dip into there, and I was burnt out on it a year ago when I stopped reading it. But I was starting to feel like I wanted a little bit again, and so
taste.
I was feeling safe with a like YA fantasy romance because those tend to be a little more plot focused. And yeah, this one is so much fun. I had such a good time with this. I am so close to being done with book 2, Legendary. I'm not yet though, so you know, stay tuned for next month. But this one was a lot of fun. Caraval is a traveling, well actually it's not traveling anymore, it's on its own island. But anyway, it is a week-long game that you visit, invitation only. You go and visit and you just get immersed in this game, and everyone has a different theme. They have different clues. They have different ways of playing the game. It's just new every time. And so a pair of sisters goes to this iteration of Caraval, and one of them is actually a piece of the game while the other is playing the game, trying to go and rescue her sister. So we do have a bit of romance. We do have a lot of mysterious characters. Oh my gosh, it's just so fun and mysterious. Yeah, there's a lot of exploring. It's very immersive. It feels otherworldly, which is the whole point. And oh yeah, everything about this was really great. It is YA and the characters are like, you know, teenagers, but it never felt immature. It never had that annoying level of like, oh, can we just get on with it? Like, I didn't experience any of that. So, which is oftentimes hit or miss in the genre, but I did vibe with the characters, so that's a plus. And enough to keep reading the series. But yes, having a fun time, and I always have a good time with any sort of like carnival theme. So lovely. I did really like this one.
Yay.
Yes. Good book, good.
Yes. My next one was Boys in the Valley. This is The Exorcist meets Why do I always forget it? Even though
Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies. I haven't read The Exorcist. I have read Lord of the Flies. Why is it Lord of the Flies that I always forget? I don't know.
I'll tell you.
But that is the combination that is this book, and it is absolutely that. We are in a boys' orphanage where this dude comes in who is like clearly possessed, and
Clearly.
and turns out it might be a little contagious. So it's really fascinating to see what happens in this orphanage. We've got a system where we've got some like almost medieval-esque torture stuff happening to the boys. They're like being locked in these isolation chambers and stuff by some of the priests, and then other ones are like actually nice and trying to change the rules and stuff like that. So we've got interesting discussions there, and then just a lot of horror as well. It is really, really excellent. Yeah, and it will absolutely give you chills for sure. Really great winter one as well.
Oh, good to know. My next read was a bit entirely out of left field. I ended up acquiring this book from one of my friends who wanted me to give it a read to see if her son might like it, and I determined he probably wouldn't like it, but I liked it, so it's mine now. And this is Blue Lock Volume 1. So this is a YA sports thriller manga. The thriller aspect I did not see coming, but it's, yeah, from the get-go. The Japanese national soccer team is trying to rebuild, trying to get to the next level. They're on the world stage, but they want a win. And so they are trying to find the best striker to put on the team. And from the get-go, it is said that you have to have the biggest ego to be the best striker. Like, you have to believe that you are the best player and that everyone else will fall apart without you. Like, it is all about you. And so I'm like, that's a wild take. So they gather 300 soccer players from the high schools of Japan and put them in a training center, and I say basically last man standing is the one who gets to go join the team. And so we have these kids in this setting who are trying to, some of them have bought into being the best, and some of them are like, this is wild. Why would I like beat out everyone who has the same dream as me? So there's a lot of grappling already, and it's only book 1. So I really enjoyed it. I have since put book 2 on hold at the library. Really neat. I could go and watch the anime right away, actually, but no, I kind of feel like reading it. I haven't read a lot of manga lately, nice. So I'm just gonna keep that up. But I liked it. Yeah. I liked it.
My next book was I Was a Teenage Slasher, and I didn't like it.
It's okay, we're still friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if Stephen Graham Jones is going to be for me or not. We'll see. But I didn't vibe, like, when it's first person narrator and you don't vibe with the main character, that's going to be something that it's not going to work out. So yeah, I didn't vibe with him. And then it was just like, I think what would have helped is if it just was like just a smidge more tongue-in-cheek. I think I would have liked it, because it's like, it's on that line where it's almost there. It's almost a satire. It's almost silly goofy. And I think if it pushed it into silly goofy, I think he's got enough good ideas that he would be like a really good, like if he wrote more like Chuck Tingle in the like silly goofy realm, I think he has such good ideas that he would do phenomenal in there. Obviously he's doing fine on his own, but like that's where it would draw me in a little bit more.
I wonder if you would like My Heart is a Chainsaw, because I've heard that one is goofy.
Yeah. I think that would be the best one for me to go for next. However, it's not one of the like 4 other books of his that I own.
That's fair. It's fair.
So I probably will go with one of those, and then also probably My Heart is a Chainsaw, because that's the one that I know I should do to see if he's gonna work more. Oh, this one's even signed.
Wow.
Would you like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes! Thanks, friend.
One person's dislike is another person's one of their favorite books.
Yay!
And now you have a signed
I did really
book.
love this book.
Yeah.
Yay! Oh, thanks, friend.
Cool.
That
works out. It's the olive theory.
Olive?
From How I Met Your Mother. Someone doesn't like olives. The perfect couple, although it turned out to be a lie and a fraud. But the perfect couple or the perfect booktube pair doesn't like one book, and the other person does, and then that person who has the signed copy. Anyways, whatever.
I'm with you. I'm tracking.
It. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you have olive on your pizza, then the person
who can pick off the olives and give them to the other. Yeah. Like how I like mushrooms.
You can have every
take your
mushroom.
mushrooms.
Other than like cutesy mushrooms that like are decor. I like
food, edible. The ones we're eating.
Okay.
I will take the mushrooms from your dish.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
There you go. You can have all of them and any liver.
I don't want liver. You keep your liver.
Thank you.
Yeah. I won't be selling your organs for special edition books yet.
Anyway. What's your next book?
My next book is actually one we both read.
Sweet.
The Everlasting by Alex Harrow. I had an interesting experience with this book. So, let me tell you the thoughts that I went through with this book. Neat concept. Cool concept. Execution wasn't my favorite. For those of y'all who read it, because I don't want to spoil too much for people who haven't read it. For those of y'all who read it, 5 was too much. 3 is a good number. I like the number. I would have stuck with the number 3 and made things a little more concise. 5, I got tired. 3 and 4, I was like, why are we even here? Can we just get on with this? And then 5 like brought it back around. So 1, 2, and 5 were good. 3 and 4, it felt pointless. I also didn't believe the romance at all, ever. It felt weird the whole time. It didn't fit, which is wild because it's literally like a romance novel. The love story is kind of a big deal, and it just didn't ever feel right for me. So when I finished the book, it was a wild ride for me because like 1 and 2, I was feeling good. I was on the up and up. Like we got to the end of 1 and I was like, oh, bet. And then 2, cool deal. But then 3 and 4, it dipped. And I was like, oh, I just wanted to like take a break and read something else, which I think I did because I do that anyway. And then I was like honestly considering just DNFing it because I was like bored and annoyed and frustrated. And I was like, but no, I'll keep going. It's not that long. I don't have that much left. And so 5 brought it back around and was interesting. And so when it initially ended, I was like, okay, yeah. I liked that. That was good. And then I started talking to myself in the car about it because I had finished it in the car and I was driving to work. And I was like, you know what? Let me just process. And so I just started processing and I realized, okay, maybe I didn't really like it that much. Maybe it was just okay. Maybe it was all right. And then more time has passed and at this point, I just don't think I liked it.
That's fair.
So that's where I'm at. This is the first time we've had a chance to verbally discuss this as well. So y'all are getting all of it.
But you have messaged me it before.
I've messaged it, but it wasn't the same. Okay, I needed to verbally process.
You messaged just, word for word what you said.
All of that, yes. It's just, and it wasn't enough. I'm just still, why did I read this book? It wasn't. But, like, I'm in the minority on this. Like, the reviews, the ratings, a lot of people have liked it. If you liked it, I'm happy for you.
And if you didn't like it, you have someone on your side.
If you didn't like it, let me know. We can be friends.
Are you saying if we liked it, you can't be friends?
We can still be friends. Okay. But the people who didn't like it probably need a buddy right now. Because why did we read that book? But if you liked it, I'm glad you liked it. I didn't like it.
I also read this book. And I did like it. I actually really liked it. I don't believe the romance. No. In fact, and I was telling her, like, she messaged and she was like, don't hate me, but I didn't like it. I was like, girl, I don't care.
Okay, when she finished it initially and she was, like, telling us to read it, like, she was up here, okay? Yeah, she was hype about it.
Yeah.
And so we had...
It was never to do with the romance, though, because the romance isn't believable.
Oh, the romance was terrible.
And it's weird. It's a weird tone mix because the rest of it is so fairy tale-esque. It feels like a fairy tale and wholesome. And then bro is sitting there thinking dirty thoughts about the girl and it's like, bro, what are you doing?
It just felt off.
Yeah. So that part The romance I never bought. What I liked so much were the themes. I loved the discussions on propaganda and who is telling a story. That is something that I eat up. I love that discussion so freaking much. And then the relationship that our main character had, I liked both characters. I don't believe they're romance, but I liked both characters. We have, for the female, we have a knight. She's a lady knight. And so she's got all of those things that go with that. The baggage of being the only woman in her area. She's basically like King Arthur. She has a holy grail she's going after. But she's a strong person. She's very content to be by herself too. She has her own issues. Like, bro, the first time he meets her was literally about to kill herself. So she's got her own issues too. But she's being used. And so seeing what happens with her and how she deals with that and how he deals with knowing that she's being used is a lot. And then the discussions on who is telling the story. And then his relationship also with his parents. The relationship he has, especially with his dad, is excellent. And like, there was a conversation he had with his dad that I was like, I will be forever ingrained in my mind, because I was like painting and then he was doing that and they were talking and I was just like, ah! So that's forever ingrained in my mind. So it's mostly those themes. Relationship, nah. I am with you. It was not believable at all. I also so weird. Think for me, it was also extra special because one of our friends recommended this book too. And we have butted heads on book recommendations a few times. Like, she'll recommend books and I don't generally love them. And then I'll recommend books and she might not like them. And so it was really, really nice to be able to have that shared experience of us both really, really vibing with the book. So it was like extra special for me in that sense too.
That's fair.
So, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, the relationship. And then it does have like a smut scene in there too, and I'm just like, why? There were like a couple scenes, and it just felt weird. It was weird.
I felt I was
sitting weird
in the cup chair, and it was very uncomfy.
It was. The next book I read. Oh, I have other digital ones that I wrote down.
Gummit, Tabatha.
So real quick, we're gonna go over my digital ones because I'm a forgetful person. So first, I reread The Eye of the World. I read that after Blackfire Blade, so that was like immediately I forgot about the list that I wrote
at the very beginning.
Yes. This was a reread for me. It's excellent. 5 stars. I love Wheel of Time. Every book is going to get 5 stars for me, probably. Even the slump books. They don't feel like slumps. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is Eye of the World, which is very simple, coming of age. We've got a great wizard that goes into the town and says, "You guys are my chosen ones. Come with me." And then we go on an adventure, and it's like we're following these characters through super interesting places. We have some stuff in here that's so good, and it's so cool to know. This is the first time I've reread this book since finishing the series. I've reread Eye of the World. I think this is probably my 4th time, but it's the first time since I've finished the series. Okay. So it's so
you have that very end.
It's so nice to know where everything is going. And so it's so cool to see characters who are gonna come back later, that they're just seeing for the first time, and characters who are going to be significant or who aren't going to be significant, and it's so cool. And then they're like talking about things, and I'm like, they're like, "Oh, I wonder what's going on here," and I'm like, hey, I know what's going on here. So it's so fun. It is just the coziest experience to be able to reread that. So that one. And we talked about The Everlasting, so hey girl, yay. Hey. And then the next one is after that one. So I was only 1 book behind.
Ah, sweet.
Just remind me if I picked that one up that
there's another one
right after that one.
Okay. Yep.
In the meantime, The Enchanted Greenhouse. This was a follow-up to The Spell Shop. This is book 2 in The Spell Shop. This was decent. It was fine. I didn't believe the romance, and this is even more romance driven, and so it was like, and then it has the same magical creature element that is in the first one, and so instead of like building off and branching out, which it looks like the third one is branching out, so I'm still excited about the third one, but this is probably like a 3-star. It's okay. it's not like my favorite, and it's fine. Like, there's a character who is like the best character ever in the first book, but like it's just the same kind of character, and so it's like, you know, it's like you've already done this, so like, why again? But it does have some good discussions on second chance. Like, there's a second chance. There's a character who was turned into a statue in the first book. You never meet her. You just see her as a statue in the first book. And so you get to see, like, and she was turned into a statue in the first book for a crime that she committed that may or may not should have.
What are you trying to say?
That it should or should not have been a crime. It may or may not should have been a crime. That's wrong. That sentence, wrong. But you get the idea, probably. It was possibly not should be a crime. Okay, I can't
Possibly
say that
shouldn't have been a crime.
That one. That's the one. That's the one. Anyway, so possibly shouldn't have been a crime. She was turned into a statue.
Oh my god.
And she discusses that, and she's dealing with some trauma, and maybe I like this more than I thought. She's dealing with trauma. He's got his own traumas that he's dealing with, and also with him, there's perspective things. So like, there's other people's side to his story too, and so there's that element too. Okay. Yes.
Words stopped making sense for a moment. That's my bad.
Words have stopped making sense for 39 minutes and 57 seconds.
Words are hard.
But yeah, this is decent. This is decent, okay? I'm definitely continuing because I'm really excited to see. I think the next character in book 3 is going to be more interesting to actually both of us. Not that you know who this character is at all, but the next one I think we're both gonna vibe with a bit more. Cool. Not that you.
I haven't even read the first one.
You haven't even read the first
I'll
one.
get there eventually.
They're cozy. They're sweet.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll read Spell Shop in the spring. I think those
probably a good time.
Yeah. All right. My next read was Together We Burn by Isabel Ibanez, and this is another YA fantasy romance. I'm re-entering that era, and it was so fun. It was so good. I loved all of it's based on like medieval Spain, and there are dragons. There is dragon fighting, kind of like bullfighting, and at the very beginning of the book, like bam bam, are tragic situations that happen to our main character, and she just right away is trying to solve, fix, recover from these tragic circumstances. And she's a girl boss, and I love that. And she has been through trauma, and she is a bit in survival mode, just trying to like fix things. She isn't taking time to wallow and fall apart. Like, she is just like, okay, we have to keep moving, like we have to keep getting through this, like this is my life and my family's legacy on the line. Yeah, I can tell you that in the very, very beginning, I think it's even the prologue, where during a dragon fighting show gone wrong, her mother is killed by one of these dragons. And so right off the bat, she has lost her mom. And then in chapter 1, it's a few years later, and now she has taken over her mom's position of flamenco dancing before the dragon fights. And then at this like anniversary celebration for the city, the dragons get loose, wreak havoc, cause chaos, like people die. It's a whole problem, and she has to deal with the consequences. Like, her father has been injured, and so he's just like out of commission, and so she's the one who has to step in and deal with the guild master and kind of work on repaying all the damages and all the loss. And at the same time, she's like, well, we have to be able to keep doing business. We have to go on. Like, we can't just lose everything. And so she's grappling with that and trying to figure out what her role can be in all of this, because her dad can't do anything right now. Like, it's all up to her. And so she's making the decisions that she thinks are the best. Like, she's doing what she can with what she got. And so I love watching her just kind of figure this out and just roll with the punches. Like, she is a great character. And then of course we have, cutie little dude from from a dragon ranch outside of town where she...
Naturally.
Yes. I'm like, is he a dragon cowboy?
Is he?
What? No, I mean, no. But I just, like, he's at a dragon ranch. He's a dragon tamer. I'm like, is he? That's hilarious. No, but I love their dynamic and their relationship as it grows, and just the layers there. But yeah, it's a standalone, and I really appreciated that because we do read a lot of series, especially in the fantasy genre. So many things are a series, and so yeah,
it's also especially rare for fantasy romance to be a standalone.
Yeah,
That's
but
crazy.
This author, she has one or two duologies that I know of, but like otherwise, like she has standalones, and I'm like, I appreciate
That's
that.
nice.
Yeah, so I liked her writing. There were some like romantic, like the word that's coming to mind is floral. Her writing isn't flowery. That's funny. Yeah, so there were some, you know, extra bits of detail and like lush prose that I could take or leave, but for the most part, like it didn't really bother me because it fit with the setting and with the story and the characters. And crazy enough, it was first person present tense, and like none of that bothered me.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, being like, we didn't have too much like overabundance of detail from what she's thinking, what she's going through, like her experience, what's in her head. Like we really only had like the necessary information.
Yeah.
And so that is a fine line to walk with, particularly with first person. It's just like only providing the necessary information so you don't overwhelm your reader with more than they need. So that is a good skill to have. Appreciate that a lot. Anyway, book was great, and now I want to read more from this author. So I loved it. I do think I loved it.
Nice.
No, I loved it so much, so I'm like, I want my own copy now. Yay.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so next I have The Place Where They Buried Your Heart. I was a little hesitant just because I've read 2 of her books, and one of them I didn't like at all, and then the other one I did like. And so I was like
50-50.
50-50. And now we're on the surplus side because I really did like this one.
Yay.
Maybe even loved. I don't know. We're figuring it out.
We'll see.
We'll
How
see
we
over
go.
time. But this is a haunted house story where a girl, like, she starts out the story young, and she dares her brother. She has that like bickery sibling relationship with her brother, and she dares him to go into the haunted house. Classic. And then she's like, oh, you want to prove it? Like, I don't know, grab your friends or something. And so he and his friends go into this haunted house, and this is like chapter 1, okay? They go into this house. The brother doesn't come back, and the others are injured. So
Nice.
something is going on with that house. And then her family loses their mind. He's the favorite. They always wanted a boy. She, like, when she was a little girl, her dad, like, played ball with her and dressed her as a boy, essentially, until they had a boy. And then he was like, all right, you're a girl now, I guess. and so she's dealt with that. And she's had so much guilt, but also she's had that, like, neglected feeling where her parents are no longer there, really, once the brother is gone, and then other elements happen with the family. And so she is just lonely. She, like, feels like she has nobody. And then we go into her adulthood, and she is still in the town. She has a kid, and the kid is around the same age that the boys were when things happened. And so we're starting to see elements of the house. And so it's really, I always loved that setup anyway. The thing happens when they were kids, now they're grown up. And we've got still people who, what's interesting is they usually leave and then they come back. But they are here. They don't go anywhere.
In the town.
They just stay in the town, but the house seems to be...
Like fade into the background.
Yeah.
Now it's coming back in
Yeah.
the foreground.
Yeah, and then we've got interesting elements with the house too. Like, they know from the beginning that the reason nobody goes to the spooky house was because classic, a dude murdered his family. Very classic haunted house setup, but then it goes in directions. Also, I see words on the back that maybe you shouldn't know. I did have a feeling about these elements before, but like, maybe just like don't look at that because like the word jumped out there. And I don't know, it's kind of a fun one to just go in blind. So yeah,
You
it's
know,
enjoyable.
With the amount of detail we gave you. It's fine.
Yeah.
Mostly blind.
Yes. Oh yes, and then while we're here,
Oh, yes.
I also followed that up with what I noticed while I was reading this book is every other book I read after a certain point was so freaking cozy and then dark and then so unbelievably cozy and then dark. And so dark followed by every day I read. Something like 53 tips for enjoying books better or something like that. It's right here.
Ta-da!
And if this was fun, I saw this in the bookstore and I was like, girl, you do not need this book. Get it from the library. So I got it from the library. I did the like ebook, and it was nice to just read a couple chapters a day and just enjoy it. This is the same author who wrote a book I'm reading right now because I liked it a lot. And so I started her actual fiction book, but this one was nonfiction. It's essays. It's a love letter to books. And so I'm reading her book, Welcome to the Hunam Dong Bookshop. Yes. And both of them are just like, that one we'll get into next month, but it's just such a love letter to books. And just like I don't agree with necessarily every sentiment. Like she has a chapter on like ebooks and how they're not the same as reading, which I can kind of see in her, like she brings up like a research paper that
interesting,
that they did like a scan, and people read as if you're reading on an actual book, you read as an E. So you read line, line, line. But in articles and ebooks, they were seeing that people read in Fs. So you would read you would read the first thing and then you would start skimming as you go, which I thought that was really, I don't know how true that is. I don't know. But like almost everyone I've heard says that they read ebooks faster. And I definitely also read ebooks faster. So I wonder if like that's part of it. Like I don't track how my eye moves across the page necessarily, but I'm still getting all the details. So I don't know. I don't know about that specific chapter. It at least made me think, like, do I do that? I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe. But then like the other chapters, there's like a chapter on reading the bestsellers, reading off of the bestsellers, read books that are translated, things like it's just different fun things you can do to enjoy books more, and then just different things about what is just great about books. And so it was really fun. I enjoyed that one.
I'm glad. My next to last book, which we'll get to that last favorite book very shortly. This one was Rivers of London by Ben Aronovich. And this is the first in an urban fantasy series set in London. And it's a detective mystery series. And oh my gosh, I had so much fun with this. Oh, one of our friends has said that this one, and maybe more people have said, that this one is like too British. And I thought it was delightfully British. I had the pleasure of visiting London multiple times. And so a lot of the references to the city I actually recognized. And I was like, oh, I've been there. Oh, I know what that is. Oh, I've been on that line. And so like there were a lot of things that like for me, it actually felt very cozy because it reminded me of these like trips with my family that I've been on to some of these places. And I could envision this a lot. I mean, I absolutely love British detective shows. So Sherlock, of course, but also Inspector Lewis, CB Strike. Like there are so many different British detective shows and movies that I just love. And so it felt very cozy to be in that space. And so this one does have supernatural magical elements to it. And that's just right off the bat throws you in there. We have a ghost who is sharing his, testimony of what he saw at this crime scene with our detective guy. And just right off the bat, he's like, this is a ghost speaking to me. And it's like, he's not on the camera, you're not gonna believe me. But yeah, and so the detective, whose name of course I'm forgetting right now, he ends up on the magical task force where there's one other person he's under who's on this like very, very specialized task force for, the magical cases. And so he's now learning under this senior individual and kind of finding out, okay, how do I do magic? Like, what are all the rules around magic? There's how much going on in this city that no one knew about? What do you mean? And so there's a lot of just discovery and exploration in the city of London, and then also this wild mystery of murder, and also the person who did the murder just kind of exploded. And this happens a few times and we're like, what is going on? So solving this incredible mystery, and then and then some side quests along the way. So it definitely has a lot going on, quickly paced. It was really quick and easy to read. It did happen to be an e-read, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Reading in an F pattern.
It maybe. It was also 270 pages, so it's a short read. It's bite-sized, but it was just very enjoyable. And yeah, this was getting me out of a reading slump that I kind of found myself in the middle of the month. Yeah, I just kind of got to a point where I was like exhausted and like I felt overstimulated and nothing sounded good, but I was still trying to read anyway, and I wasn't giving myself a break when I needed to. And so then kind of after that worked itself out, I was reading this as just a fun, enjoyable, cozy read. And yeah, I liked it.
Nice.
I would like to keep reading this series. Yeah, a lot of people I think compare this one and Dresden, and I've read some of each, and I mean, I like the city of London more than Chicago. So it has that going for it. But I think there was so much talk around Dresden and there were so many like preconceived notions going into that one, that it affected my reading experience. Whereas this one, I just kind of like vaguely had some ideas about it, but not really. So I just kind of got to go in like on my own, it felt like. Whereas Dresden is very talked about. A lot of people are reading it right now. It's clearly ongoing. There's a lot happening with that. So it's got a lot of sound around it. So I needed something with less sound. And that was fun.
That was perfect timing because my next one, believe it or not, is a Dresden Files book.
That's right. Oh my gosh, I forgot.
Yeah, so I'm rereading the first books in order to catch up. I haven't read Peace Talks Battleground, and obviously not the new one that just came out. But I just finished Blood Rites this month. I was checking because I'm also like almost done with the next one, but we're just on Blood Rites. And it's just, it's cozy. It's great. I love Harry, and I understand the problems that a lot of people have with him. And if you're one that DNF, like this is the talk that she's talking about, but if you're one of the people who DNF it for that reason, all power to you. I think that Harry has such a heart of gold that nationwide senior associate 2018 schedule.
I think you need that.
Who? That is,
did this come with the book?
Oldest name I've ever heard of. We're not going to say the name because this is someone's actual
name.
But that is an old person's name. I love that I have this. This is amazing.
Wow.
Go you. Good on you. Person from Ohio. Anyways.
This is wild. You can tell she audio read the book.
Dresden is great audio. James Marsters is the narrator. He's Spike from Buffy, so like...
Oh, that's right.
Couldn't cast a more perfect person. And yeah, I just love these. Blood Rites, we really start to get a new connection. We get a connection that Harry hasn't had before, and it's so delightful. I love that relationship so much, and we get to start seeing the formation of it in Blood Rites. Blood Rites is also, it's really funny to me because the big problem that a lot of people have is that Harry Dresden definitely has male gaze, which I've read enough romantasy and seen enough of the other side. It doesn't bother me, but it's really funny that he has the least amount of male gaze so far in the book that's set on a porno shoot. And so it's just,
that's amazing.
It's so funny. It's
that's
so funny.
funny.
It's my favorite aspect other than the relationship with the person. It's just, it's so great. There is still moments. There are definitely still moments. He is Harry. He will have those, but it's just so delightful in that sense. Always gotta love Bob. Always gotta love the detectiving and the mysteries and solving those. And this is just one of my favorite series. And then, last before our number one book, I read The Stranger. Yay! This one called to me forever. I would just see it on the shelves, and Sharilyn's seen me do this too. We'll just see it on the shelf, and I'm like, I want you. I want you. I want you. And then I finally got it, and I finally read it. And I love it. I think the writing is so interesting because, and I've told you this before, that it's like very snappy and very succinct, but it's so much so. It's like the opposite of so much that we read where it's like overly flowery and whatever. This is like super snappy, like almost too snappy. And it's because this character feels no emotion. He has not a single emotion. And so like, it was so cool to read it.
So he's just very like...
Yeah, because he starts... And he starts literally, I read this before in a weekly, but I don't care. My mom died today or yesterday, maybe. I don't know. It's because he doesn't
care.
He doesn't care. He doesn't process. He doesn't, like, his life will be the same no matter what happens. And so that's kind of a philosophy that he has. And, like, at one point he's offered a job. Like, he's like, oh, his manager's like, oh, you want to go to Paris for this job? It could be a cool opportunity. He's like, my life will be the same in Paris as it is here. Whatever. And then, like, at first it was so weird because I was like, okay, bro just like he's just like chill about anything, because he's also got a neighbor who's like beating his dog, and he's just like, bro, you do you.
That is not okay.
But it just like, he has no emotions, and it's so interesting. It's very fascinating to see that and how he goes through life like that. And it's super, I loved that element. And there's like so little descriptions because of that too. Like, why does he's not like looking at you long enough to process what you look like, or like setting the scene of a room around you, because he just doesn't care. He does not care. Bro cares. Nope. Not a single one.
Interesting.
It's so fascinating. And so there is a crime involved, and there is a trial involved in this as well, and then to see how he's processing it, how the justice system is processing it, how people react to someone like this is also really interesting. Because like he goes to his mom's funeral, and like seeing how other people are versus how he is, and like you're reading it as a reader and you're like, bro, you just like don't care about anything. It's just super interesting. Really, really cool character study. And then also this is existentialist, and it took a while to get there. I will say, I was like, I knew going in there that like, that was like the one thing I knew, is that it was existentialist. And it took a while for me to see why it was until events towards the very end. That's when we start to see that. You get little glimpses, just because he's like, my life will be the same no matter what. But also that can be attributed to bro doesn't care about anything or feel anything. So it's really fascinating.
All right. Those are all the books you've read besides the last
Besides the one.
All right. You ready for this? Behold! The Poet Empress!
Dun, dun, dun.
I love that. That was off camera.
It's so nice. And it is, guys, we have a shared favorite for the first time since we've started the channel. Look at us.
This is the book that absolutely wrecked us.
Broke us. Destroyed us. Demolished us. We are not the same people we were before we read this book.
I think this might be my favorite standalone, period.
I have yet to make the decision.
I'm feeling pretty confident.
I know it's like in my top 5.
I don't think I've read a more impactful book.
Yeah, I am with you, I think. I'm like pretty sure I'm with you, but then I'm like, am I forgetting something? But if I am, then
then it doesn't compare.
Yeah, like
there are some books in my mind that I'm like, this was a standalone that was like great and I loved it and all the things, but I'm like, but it didn't impact me this way.
Yeah.
I am actually a like broken human being after reading this book. Like everything we went through, everything that happened in this book. We do have a review coming or already posted. I don't know what our timeline is. Neither do we.
Probably after this.
Probably after this, you'll see our actual full-on thoughts.
Know that there are a lot. Yeah. And we had some discoveries while we were and it's a spoiler-free review that's kind of come up, but we made some discoveries about ourselves and the book as we were talking about it.
Yeah.
Because it's impactful. It's so good. We're following just like a little basic setup. We have a little villager girl who, her brother dies, her sister, dies page 1. Famine, they're all starving.
Bury the baby.
Yeah.
In the midnight soil. That's not the words. Those are...
Anyways, so dead sister, and then we see like all throughout the town there are people who are starving. There's a famine and it is wrecking people. There's also a competition of sorts happening to where someone will be sent to be able to compete to be a concubine for the in line, ready to go emperor heir That one. And so she is like so determined that she's going to go to that. She wants to help her little brother go to school. She wants to be able to send money back to her village. She wants to be able to help her people. And so she signs up to go. Immediately gets rejected. And you see who she is immediately, because she says, I don't care if he laughs at me, you will take me there. I don't care if he laughs at me and beheads me in front of a bunch of people. You will take me there and give me my shot. What a baddie. She is incredible. This does say on Goodreads that it isn't fantasy romance. No.
That's a lie.
No.
Do
not go with that. You will be disappointed.
Wrong. Whoever did that, fired. Like,
Yeah.
that's no. In no way is this a romance.
Nope.
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah, no.
No.
Don't go in with that expectation or you will be disappointed.
It is not fluffy and fun. It is not lighthearted, feel good. No.
This will wreck you. And the themes are so good. They're so good, and there's so many layers.
So many layers.
That we discovered more layers while we were talking about it. We thought we had it all figured out. No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Never think we have it all figured. But we just go with us. We thought we had it all figured out. Then we start chatting about it, and our minds are being blown by like extra layers.
Real time.
So like,
Yeah. The work that is done in these like 380 pages. Phenomenal. Mm-hmm. The characters, their journeys, every single character in this book,
Everyone.
you feel for. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't matter their social status, it doesn't matter their rank. Like, everyone is suffering in some way to some degree. Everyone is just part of a system that, like, they have to play their part, whether they want to or not. Everyone in one way or another is a victim of circumstance and where they're put. Everyone.
And even like side characters.
Most side characters, the main characters, like every single person, your heart just breaks for. Mm-hmm. Because of everything that they are going through, have gone through, have to go through. Everyone is just trying to survive in a ruthless, cutthroat, starving kingdom.
And if you like themes around power dynamics, if you like themes around like justice, if you like themes around excuses versus explanation, they're just so perspective.
Perspective is everything.
Perspective is key. And man, you're going to get all of that in here and more. Like, there's probably more that we haven't even unpacked yet. Mm-hmm. Because this is one, like, you want to talk about a book that is this is not an over-exaggeration. I wouldn't be surprised if enough people read this and love this. I wouldn't be surprised if this one in particular becomes like a classic. Yeah. Because it's so rich.
There's so much to unpack. It's so full and it's so well done. The writing is very straightforward, but like we said, layers in the characters, in the themes, in everyone's journeys, like across the board. It is packed full with such rich everything. Like, it's so hard to put words together.
Yeah.
Processing this, because there is so much to go through and to go back through and to go over again and to just realize, like, and it's so heavy too.
It's very heavy. There are a lot of trigger warnings galore, for sure.
There is a lot to you be mindful of when you read this, what state you're in. There's a lot that can really, like, we read this also during the snowstorm and the being stuck inside, and then we just continued to be stuck inside with our thoughts on this book, and we spiraled. And we're still broken.
Yeah.
And it's been days. There is so much to it. Like, definitely join us on Discord to talk about it. Like, this is one that needs to be unpacked. Mm-hmm. It is rough to just sit with it. Yes. Yeah. Like, it definitely talk it through. Get your friends to read it. Like, this is a book that across the board, I would recommend this book.
Yep.
Like, there isn't, oh, if you like this, read this. Like, if you're in this area, read this. Like,
I don't care if you don't read fantasy. Read it.
No, across the board, so much of the human experience is just laid bare. Mm-hmm. And Oh my gosh.
And like on top of like, there's just so much on top of what we just said, because there's also like, and I'm just sitting here looking at the cover and I'm looking at the writing and I'm thinking women in this book weren't allowed to write. They weren't allowed to read. There's just like so many things that
oh my gosh. I was just remembering that the pen is mightier than the sword.
Yep.
Like there's so much even around that I totally forgot to mention that in our review video.
Yeah.
But yeah, like just the power of the written word and of reading and writing. Oh my gosh.
There's so much.
There's so much to it.
We will never, like, the thing is, we will never be able to cover everything that's in this book because there's so much goodness. And it is really, really good themes that are, you don't have to, you can get good surface level themes, but you can also dig and you can find so many more. And there's just, that is what makes a great book. It makes such an impactful book. This is a masterpiece.
5 stars, 10 stars, 10 of 1, 100 of 1. Like, this is, like, I won't be able to compare a book to this.
She is her.
Yeah. I will never emotionally recover from this.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. So join us in our...
So read this. You need to read this.
Read it.
Everyone should read this.
Don't also become sad with us. But also, on that note, though, it is devastating, but it's not bleak. So you're going to have a light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to have hope. You're going to have your heart ripped out, but it's going to be pieced together in ways. Mm-hmm. Not fully, but, like, you will have enough to go on. One day, hopefully.
Yeah. We don't know yet, actually.
We're still
really hoping.
Recovering.
But yeah, it's just so impactful. Man, I could just sit and talk about these characters and everything.
I could read this to you guys right now. Would you like us to start? It's first sentence, not even first page. My sister Larkspur was the 5th child we buried.
Yeah, no. Literally.
What an insane first sentence.
Yeah, that. Mm-hmm.
Like, what a sentence to immediately set the tone for the entire book.
And yeah, it just keeps on from there.
Yeah.
There's also magic, literaromancy, real cool stuff. It's like poetry-based magic system where you can write blessings and the ancestors will accept them and make them true.
I forgot that literally, like, right away, because her sister dies, like, right when she's born, and her mom is sad, and she's more sad about the food that it cost the other kids because she had to eat for 2. Like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Gut-wrenching.
That hurts. Yeah, and there's a time when someone writes a letter asking for peaches, three peaches for their village, so each child can try one. I'm gonna cry.
I am tearing up, actually. Anyway, read this book. Be destroyed with us. Let us know what you guys read in January.
And let us know how soon you're reading this.
Yes. Have you already started, please?
What'd you think of it? Devastating, right?
Yeah.
You'll never be the same. And if you're not feeling chatty, leave us a little scroll emoji for Poet Empress.
We'll see you in the next one.
Cheers besties.
That's a somber way to end.
I am wrecked.